Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise and glories to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushua, Bahasham Ruach Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushua being the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give a double honors to my elders and my apostles, a great millstone who rule well. Salutations to your hopeful elect that is out here pushing and doing this truth with sincerity, and may the blessing of election fall upon your household. All right, I'm coming back again with another daily edification, exhortation through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. All right, I just, it was just on my spirit to get into the topic of giving up this world. All right, because us man that's in this truth, us man that gave up the world and came into this truth, man. It's like coming to this truth. Everything that you knew, everything that you thought you knew, you gotta give it up. All right, you come into this truth. You have a brother that comes to this truth that maybe in the world or before, prior to this truth, they could have been, they could have been in the NFL. They could have been, doing athletes. They could have been, quote unquote, in a high status, or quote unquote, up there in this system or this society that Esau created. All right, coming into this truth, man, you gotta leave everything, man. You can't be hanging around the same people that you were hanging around before. All right, you can't move how you were moved before, because you come into this truth, man. You prior to this truth, that you before this truth, that's dead now. All right, coming to this truth, reborn. All right, okay, completely different. All right. I'm gonna just get straight into these precepts. This is John 15 and 19. If you were of the world would love his own, but because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Okay, that's why you see constant scoffing. You come to this truth, you see get constant scoffing. You see people mad at you. You see prophets on the highways and byways. You always see people cursing at the prophets on the highways and byways, scoffing, laughing, treating us bad, doing us dirty. Okay, because we're not of the world. Okay. This is Luke 6 verse 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Okay, and they're already doing that to us, man. They're calling us hate speech. Okay, they're calling us devils. All right, they're already speaking about our name. All right, they're already some brothers in their families families are treating them like cast outs, like they're like outcasts. Okay, yeah, brothers already being treated like outcasts in their own families, in their own households. They're having trouble in the flesh, being scoffed. Okay, and that's all for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's sake. Okay, that's all for the Lord's sake. All right, and ultimately, the end result. Okay, we know what we're doing this for, man. We know what we signed up for. We know why we came into this truth. We know why we going through these worldly things. Why we going through these people cursing at us, doing us dirty. We understand what the end goal is. All right. And coming into this truth, man, you're not gonna even really care about it, man. It's whatever, because you understand what's the promise to come. All right. This is Ecclesiasticus 37th chapter, verse 12. But be continually with the godly man, in whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee, if thou shalt miscarry. All right, you gotta constantly, Surround yourself, you know, with the proper spirits, man. You can't, when it comes to this truth, you can't, constantly, being with people in this world. Now, don't get me wrong. First and foremost, speaking on me, first and foremost, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, I still know people in the world, yeah, I say, hey, what's up? Cool, keep it pushing. I mark them, tell them the truth. All right, but, constantly hanging out with them on a day-to-day level, on some all day kicking it. I don't do that, man. All right, can't do that. All right, and even if I do see them, all right, it's not gonna be on some all day kicking it, vibing it, man, cause it's not the right spirit that you should have around you. All right, you should really only be around the brotherhood, only be around you know people in this truth, man. Because everybody has spirits on them. Everybody got spirits on them. If you're around the wrong person, all right, whatever spirit or whatever demon that's on them could hop on you, man. That's why you gotta be around the brothers in this truth, man. This is 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, verse 12. Yeah, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahushua shall suffer persecution. So this is Philippians 3:17. Brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk so as ye have us for an example. All right, coming to this truth, man. We're gonna have persecution, man. You're gonna be persecuted constantly, day in and day out, for this truth, man. That's why knowing this truth is a beautiful thing. That's why understanding the terror of the Lord, that's a beautiful thing, because a lot of people don't have those things, and for the Lord to put that spirit on you, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. That's why me, speaking of me first and foremost, man, coming to this truth, man. Once I got all that understanding, once the Lord gave me the spirit to receive all this understanding, man, it was just easier and easier to let go of the world until I completely let go, man. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus 27, verse 12. If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually among men of understanding. Be ye not unequally Salaki. This is 2 Corinthians 6:14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, nor for what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion hath light with darkness. Okay, now that brings us all back into the fold again with the very first precept, man. You come into this truth, man, you gotta be serious. All right, be ready to give up the world. You can't be around the same crowd you were hanging around. All right, you're gonna, prior to this world, man, you're gonna have so much people cool with you. Everyone's gonna be cool with you. You don't think you have all people friends of the world. All right, and you're gonna have people that's cool with you because you were in the world. That's why they're fucking with you. But once you leave the world and come into the truth and start following the laws, statutes, and commandments, and start following the ways and ways that Yahweh Basham shall set up for us, man, all these people of the world gonna start fucking with you. You go from having 10 missed calls to 0 missed calls. You go from having 100 text messages, 100 notifications, 100 DMs, 100 Snapchat notifications, to 0, to 1, 3, 4. Okay, and that would probably just be brothers. All right, just hitting you up. All right, everything from the world, man. That's just through, man. Babylon's coming to an end, man. These carnal things do not matter, man. This world is not gonna help you receive salvation, man. That's why you got to make your calling and election sure. That's why you see us prophets, as prophets and brothers on the highways and byways, day in and day out, trying to make our calling and election sure. We're doing lessons continuously, daily, trying to feed the hopeful elect and to help seal that number. Okay, trying to, wake our people up and bring them back to their, nationality, bring them back to their heritage, to know who they are and to know that they are the true biblical descendants of the Hebrews, like the Hebrew Israelites. All right, you are the true Hebrew Israelites, man. You so-called Latino, Native Americans, and Negroes. You are the true biblical Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the Lord's chosen people. You're the Lord's chosen seed. All right. The Lord did not pick any of these other nations. He chose you by name. He made a covenant with you by name. All right. And if you can't give up this world for the Lord, man, ultimately you're going to be destroyed. Thus said the Lord, you're going to be destroyed, man. You're going to be destroyed in your pride. You're going to be destroyed in your sin. You're going to be destroyed in all this when Babylon gets destroyed, man. If you cannot give up this world, man, and you're going to ultimately be part of that 2/3 number of Israel that be destroyed, all right? That's why you got to come back to this truth, man. Salakia. Salakia. But, this was just a daily edification, exhortation, Lord willing. This lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise and glories to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Ruach. Double honors to my elders and my apostles, a great millstone. Salutations to you, hopeful elect that is out here pushing and doing this truth with sincerity, and may the blessing of election fall upon your household. And until next time, shalom and a ball.